This is Suvarshila, working as an associate professor, Department of Computer Science. Last few lectures, we have been discussing about various clauses and operations we can perform in SQL to implement our database management system. As a part of that, in this session, we would like to discuss about the join operation. We already know what is join because we discussed in theory classes, theoretical sessions in relational algebra also. Join operation was used. Various kinds of joins were discussed in that session based upon the theoretical retrieval of data. So in the current session, again we'll start with what is join, what is the role of join operation in SQL, various types of join supported by SQL, that is natural join or equi-join, inner join, outer join, and joining of multiple tables, and by using on clause with the join operation. What is join? When data from more than one table in the database is required, a join condition is used. We discussed how to retrieve data by using select statement. And select from various clauses were discussed. In that, the order of the various clauses in retrieving the data from our database in select operation is select, second one is from, where, then group by, having, order by. So from follows the input data. Input data means the tables are from where the data has to be taken actually. We will name the tables. So if the data is supposed to be retrieved from more than one table, how the data is going to be retrieved? Those two tables must be first connected, then only the data can be retrieved in a proper manner actually. It is rows in one table can be joined to the rows in another table according to the common values existing in the corresponding columns, that is common columns, or some other constraints can be there actually. Usually we will use primary key and foreign key concept was there. In those cases only this join operation can be easily done. That is the primary key of one table and the foreign key of another table are going to be used for join condition. To display data from two or more related tables, we will write simple join condition in the where clause, and the general syntax is table.column1, table1.column1 is equal to table2.column2. That is table 1, table 2 indicates the tables from which we would like to retrieve the data, and the column 1, column 2, etc. gives the respective columns of the corresponding table. We used here qualification, that is column name was qualified by the respective table. This is qualification of column by respective table is mandate if the column names are same in both tables. That is attribute names are same. So select table column 1, table 2, column 2, etc. from table 1, table 2, where the condition. That means join condition, that is in the where. Various types of conditions we can write in this where part actually. So in the where class, we can write the condition need not be equal. The conditions may be of various types actually. Based upon the types of the conditions, the joins are going to be categorized. So joins are categorized as equi-join, natural join, outer join, inner join, and union join, etc. So join a relation operation. Already we discussed in the relational algebra also. In the relational operation that causes two or more tables with a common domain to be combined into single table. We already discussed about Cartesian product join. Same concept here also. But how to implement it by using SQL we will discuss. What is the syntax we have to follow actually. So if a join in condition is having equality between the values of common columns, then the join is constituted as a equijoin. If the join is having equijoin of duplicate columns eliminated from the resultant table, then we will consider it as a natural join. Whenever we are writing any join condition, if the condition satisfies the respective rows only connected and required information is going to be retrieved. So the condition doesn't satisfy, the respective tuples are going to be discarded actually from our results. But sometimes what happens, we need to retrieve the data which are not satisfying the condition also sometimes from either of the tables actually or both tables also. In such cases, we will use this outer join. We'll discuss a little bit detail in further slides. So union join means which includes all columns of the first table as well as the second table. In that particular current instance, for each row connection will be union. So how to obtain multiple data from multiple tables? Initially, we will consider only two tables. The same can be extended to multiple tables. Already explained to you, there is no any restriction how many number of tables can be used or how many joins can be used in Oracle database or SQL. There is no any such restriction. So more number of joins we are using means more complex query will be there. Then automatically the time taken to execute the query is going to be more. So we have to keep in that mind, and based upon that we are supposed to write our joins properly to get the data more effectively. So this is an example, a small example. We will consider most of the time the example tables are employee, department, which already we have been discussing from previous quite few sessions. And if any other examples we are going to use, the respective tables are going to be shown to you. So now currently employee department table we are using here. So select E dot EMP number, E dot department number, D dot location. What are these ED? Instead of writing the entire table name, we are using alias names. You observe in the from, already we discussed about the alias names in the select class, right? So here we are discussing how we are giving renaming. Instead of taking the entire table name every time, more number of times, we give some small a shortcut name to it. So from EMP space E, you observe DEPT space D. That space indicates EMP is going to be renamed as E, DEPT is renamed as D. We will call it as a alias names. So instead of using, you can use EMP dot here, you can use EMP dot EMP number or DEPT dot department number. Similarly, DEPT dot location. But we, instead of writing every time that lengthy table name, no, so that's why we are using alias names. So we are renaming EMP and DEPT as E and D, the respective tables we are using here. So select E dot EMP number, E dot department number. That means both attributes are taken from the employee table. D dot location means the table, that attribute is going to be taken from department table. So from these two tables we have to take. But how to connect them? By using this join condition, there is a common attribute in both tables, department number. The name of the attribute is same in both tables. DEPT number is available in EMP table as well as DEPT number is available in the DEPT table also. So that's why if you write DEPT number is equal to DEPT number means there will be an ambiguity for a system to compile and execute. So that's why we are qualifying. This E dot DEPT number means from employee table and from the department table. We are going to compare. If the respective department numbers are equal, then the entire two rows are going to be connected. From that entire connected row, the retrieved attributes are employee number, department number, and department location. So the data from multiple tables, we will use the data more than one table, and EMP number exists in EMP table, DEPT number exists in department, and EMP both location exists in the department table. So to produce a report, we have to use these two tables. So we have to first, any query is given, any information to be retrieved. First, we supposed to identify, that is analysis actually. We have to analyze the problem of accessing or retrieving the data. So where the data exists first, whether the data exists as it is or not. Otherwise, how to process that particular data. To process data, what are the attributes are required? Where the respective data was stored actually. That is which tables. Based upon that, we have to write the logic of the query. So equijoin means here in the previous example, we have seen E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. Equality condition is there. This type of joins, we are joining two tables, E table and D table, that is EMP table and department table. And we are using equality condition. Then we will call it as the equijoin. So while comparing the values, if you are using equality, that is the values in the department column or both tables must be the equal. Then we will call it as a equijoin. Sometimes equijoins are very simple, no? So that's why these joins are known as simple joins or inner joins also. So inner join means if there is a match occurs, then only the respective data will be retrieved. If the match doesn't occur, the data is not going to be retrieved actually. So already I explained you how the join operation and Cartesian product operations were executed in general also. So by using equijoin, this is the data we are getting. More number of records are going to be there. 30, department 20, 30, equal the respective employee name, employee number, department. This is the query. Employee number, employee name, and department number. Now you observe some places we are using. Here we are not using any alias names, directly table names we are using. emp.emp number, emp.ename, emp.dept number, and dept.dept number. Both department numbers we are retrieving only to verify whether the condition satisfied or not actually. And department location from both tables, the condition was given. emp.dept number equal to dept.dept number. You observe here, we are using emp, but for emp number, for ename, we need not give qualification because emp number, ename doesn't exist in the both tables. It exists only in employee table, uniquely exists now. So that's why no need to specify the qualifier. So the records are going to be retrieved with the equijoin. So what happens? Each row of employee is compared with each row of department. Then any match occurs, it will retrieve. Similarly, second row of employees, third row of employee, like that. N rows are there in department employee. N times it will compare with each row of the department actually. So to avoid the, just now I explained you, to avoid the ambiguity, if two tables consist of the same column name, then the particular column name must be qualified by the, it's a next higher order actually. Higher order means it is attribute, no? Higher order will be the table actually. So the table must be qualified by the table. That's why I told you previously we have done here, select here, you observe here EMP number, ename. This qualification is not mandatory because employee number, ename doesn't exist in department number. So uniquely it exists now, you can directly use. But you observe this for department number, it is mandatory. In department location also not necessary. We have used, it's a good practice, that's why used. But generally, if unique columns are there, no need to qualify them by respective tables. But the attributes are columns which are having duplicated in multiple tables. The respective columns must be qualified by the tables. So that is known as qualifying, qualifier, qualification. So this is used to generally prefix. Attribute name is prefixed by the respective table name. as a qualifier. We will call it as a qualifier to avoid ambiguity to where the column names are same. Similarly, as I earlier explained to you, instead of using the table names directly, we can use small names or alias names are provided wherever the table name is used first, that is from class. Table name, a space, and alias name can be given. So we can use renaming, that's all. We are using duplicate names. Employee table can be termed as either EMP or EE only in the current situation, right? So that is known as alias names actually. We can use, the first query was without using alias names but qualifiers only, but here using alias names as a qualifiers. So what is alias names means? Renaming our table again, duplicate, providing duplicate names to the tables actually. So some of the queries we are going to use further based upon these tables also, that is customer, order, product, order line. This is the entire syntax we are having. Customer order are one-to-many relationship, product and order line as one-to-many relationship, and those are connected is multiple ways actually. So let us assume that these are the tables we are having. The customer order, order table, order ID, order date, customer ID are there. And you observe customer table, customer underscore T. Customer table consists of customer ID, customer name, customer address. You observe here, what are the common attributes? Customer ID is a common attribute, which is a primary key in the customer table, which is a foreign key in the order table. Now, whenever we would like to join, better join your tables on this common attribute, that is customer ID, which is a primary key, foreign key, that is parent-child relationship was established. At the time of designing our database also, at the time of creation of the table also, foreign key constraint, primary constraints were defined, must be defined so that the relationship is going to be established directly. Even though there is no any such relationship also, the join condition holds good. But if any such a condition exists, then execution of the join condition is more effective. That's why if those are not any key values, we will use the indices also to maintain our join process or a search process more effective actually. So what is natural join? For each customer who placed order, what is the customer's name and order number? The condition need not be equality. The condition may be any other thing. It need not be common ID also. Then we can say that we are not going to retrieve the data, only the join data, only the attributes which are used in the join condition, other attributes are also used. So you observe for this, so each customer who have placed an order, what we need actually, we need customer name. Customer ID, customer name are there. And also we have to get the order ID which was placed by the respective customer. So order ID of the customer, order ID will be retrieved from from order data table, and customer ID, customer name are going to be retrieved from the customer table. So these three attributes are there, supposed to be retrieved information, but two of them are going to be from the customer table and one of them is going to be from the order table actually. So two tables are there, no? So we will use our respective qualifiers as a table names. Customer underscore T is the customer table dot customer ID. Customer underscore name. I am not qualifying. Please observe here. This is a qualified, but this is not qualified. Why? Because customer name is a unique attribute. Unique attribute means it available. It doesn't available in both tables. It is available only in the first table, that is customer table only. So that's why no need to qualify. But ID is available both cases. You observe in the previous slide. So in both tables, customer ID is there. So that's why we would like to qualify them to avoid the ambiguity actually. So customer ID, customer table of customer ID, order table of order ID, as well as customer name from customer and order. What is the condition? Customer ID of customer table is equal to customer ID of order. So that's why customer ID repeated. Here only qualified. Here also qualified. Here also qualified. Here there is no qualifier. Here there is no qualifier. We are not using qualifiers because order ID, customer name are available only in one table only. I mean individual tables only, not both tables actually. So this condition is satisfied here, then the data is going to be get retrieved from the condition. You observe here, join involves multiple tables in the from clause, and where class performs the equality check for the columns of two tables. As I told you, you observe in the previous example, first this table customer ID is compared with this all customers. Any map occurs, that will be retrieved. And the second compared with all rows of the second table. Any matching occurs, it will be retrieved. So this is happening as we know that n tuples are there in the first table, n tuples are there in second table, mn mappings have to be considered by us. So like this we are going to get customer ID equal. So respective customer ID, customer name, order ID will be displayed actually. Like this the process is going to be displayed by us. Now we'll discuss another join type, outer join. The joins which we discussed previously, either it may be natural join or it may be inner join. The respective joins are known as, equijoin. The respective two joins are known as inner joins. Inner joins means the condition satisfies only the respective tuples are going to be used for retrieval information. If the condition doesn't satisfy and the information is not going to be retrieved. If there is no mapping occurs, then the respective data is not going to be retrieved actually. So that's why in select class here, whenever you are using this customer here, when you observe here, list of the customer name, list the customer names, IDs, ID number and order number for all customers. Now you observe that. Including the customer information, even for the customers that do not have a order. We need to get customer details, those who have a order and also those who do not have an order also. Then you may be thinking, why should we use join? But if they have order ID also must be displayed. So once the order ID is supposed to be displayed means there must be a join. Right? So you just observe, we need to get all information, all customers, whether they order for a product or they may not order at least a single product also. But the details must be displayed on the customer side, that is customer name and ID. But order number must be displayed if the respective customer is going to be, was already ordered certain things. Or if they didn't order anything also, the customer details must be there, but order ID will be null actually. Now you observe what are the things I supposed to get? Output is the same. Customer ID, customer name, order ID. So customer ID is a duplicate here. So that's why it is qualified. Customer T dot the customer table dot customer ID, customer name, order ID. Because the other two are not qualified, being these are unique attributes. So how many tables we have to use? Here, these two are from customer table. This is for order table. So two tables I supposed to use. So that's why from customer table and order table. But instead of using just order table, I am using a syntax here. You please observe. Left outer join order table. Left outer join order table means when we are writing any condition, then left side is there, even there is no matching in the left side, the right side tuples, part of the tuple must be displayed. You observe the syntax. We are using left outer join order underscore tree. or right outer join order underscore. You can use. Full join also you can use. Instead of that, just we will write it as a full outer join. And we are using an operation clause as an on. That is customer table left outer join order table on. What is the condition it has to satisfy? Customer ID is equal to order table customer ID. This left outer join syntax with the on keyword will be used in our Microsoft syntax actually. Instead of using where clause, previously we have used where, no, you can use where clause also. That we'll discuss shortly. Now, instead of using where clause, we can use on clause also. Whenever we are using on clause, we will use the respective join name directly. That is here left outer join on. So this is the left outer join. We are not using where clause, and on clause is used here actually. What does it will do? It will join as usual. It will compare T customer ID is equal to order of customer ID or not. If it is equal, it will retrieve. Even if it is not equal, it will retrieve the data of customer data. Because we want left outer joiner, left outer means left table. Left table, what is the left table? Customer table. So customer table details are going to be retrieved even though there is no matching for certain tuples. So it displays the tuples data, that is customer ID and customer name, if there is a match, as well as if there is no match also. If there is a match, order ID will also printed. If there is no match, no order ID, no, so null will be printed actually. List the customer names, ID numbers and order numbers for all customers. Include the customer information even for the customers that do not have an order. Same query. Another syntax is there that we will call it as the Oracle syntax. Without using on, with where operator, where clause. You observe, you may not find much difference actually. Select customer table, customer ID, customer name, order ID. Here we are using qualifier. Why? Because customer ID exists both tables. Here we are not using in for this. This is from the customer table, this is from the order table. Right? No any ambiguity. So that's why directly they asked without any qualifier. How many tables? 2 tables from customer table and order table. What is the condition? Where customer table dot customer ID is equal to order table dot customer ID. Up to this is same as inner join. But you observe here left hand side I am using plus. Left hand side I am using plus means left outer join. Left outer join means here you are going to consider the respective customer details are displayed for even though there is no match. If you are using here, then all details which are having map, those will be displayed. And also order details will be displayed, that is order ID will be displayed even though there is no match in the customer table. Then what happens for customer ID, customer name, null values will be printed order ID. That is known as a right outer join. Similarly, full outer join will be there. Full outer join means all tuples which are having mapping and the tuples which doesn't have mapping also will be printed. You observe here, outer join in Oracle is regularly used with the plus sign. That is plus adds symbols to the side of the, we'll have the missing data. Here we are having missing data, no? So that's why left side missing data is there, left outer join. Right side missing data is there. Here it will be used as a plus. Both can be considered for right outer join. So what is in just outer join? Outer join retrieves all rows that match where clause, that satisfies the condition in the where clause, and also those that have a null value in the column used in the join operation. Inner join takes into account only those non-null rows from the tables involved, but outer join, depending upon the need, it can be considered. So left outer join, that is left side information has to be null. So left side table will have in the join condition as a plus sign. Similarly, we are including right outer join includes all records from the right of the two tables. That is, right of the two tables means B here. So we will put the plus in the left side. That is, null values in the left side will be included. Now you observe list all cities of table 1. If there is a match, cities in table 2 and also unmatched cities from table 1. That means table 1 unmatched cities also. What is here? We supposed to display all cities of table 1 if there is a match with the table 2. Fine, that is only satisfying. But unmatched cities of the table 1 also. So from the table 1 I have to retrieve the data where there is no match in table 2. But the respective city name is going to be null in the table. So table 2 side null values are included now. So that's why plus. Now you observe here A1, A2, A3, A4 etc. are there. New York null, Chicago, Paris is there and table 2 is also there. While comparing New York compares two tables, you observe here. Second, null, no comparison, but it will be displayed with null value. Two nulls are going to be displayed. Then Chicago have one mapping. So, and second Chicago, that also have one mapping. And Paris, there is no mapping. So, 4 mapped records are there and 2 null records are there. City which doesn't have any null also. So, you observe here, there is a match. We kept it as a 2 arrows means this is an inner join, this is inner join, this is inner join. 3 tuples supposed to be there. That is 4 tuples totally. First tuple with 2 values, second tuple with 1 value, third tuple with 1 value. So total 4 tuples are going to be retrieved for the inner join. So these 4 tuples are for the inner join. Clear? But what is outer join? You observe here for null value and for Paris also. For null value there is no map as well as for Paris also there is no match. I have to include this Paris and null. That is, I am including all you observe here. That is A2 and A5 are also included. For which there is no match, no. So, table 2 customer ID, table 2 city will be null for these two. So, this is left outer join. Why? Because left outer join, here left side tuples which doesn't have a mapping are filled with null, no. So, that's why left outer join. Similarly, we can use for right outer join also. So, the query is going to be written like this. List all customer details and loan details. They have all loans. So, select customer details, customer ID, last name, amount in dollars from customer details and customer loan, where customer details, customer ID is equal to customer loan. We are displaying all customers who availed loan or who doesn't avail loan also. Right? So, right outer join, same example. When you are using right outer join means here we are including left side plus means we will include null values in the left table for which there is no map from table 2. That means all attributes of all columns of table 2 are displayed for which there is no map. Respective table 1 columns are going to be null. So, as usual, inner join is same. We are comparing now here. So, while comparing inner join same means B1, B2, B3, B1, B2 and B4 are there. 3 tuples are mapped. How many tuples are left over again? Null and Moscow are tuples are. So, null value Moscow, that is B5, B3 are included for which the table 1 values are going to be null. There is no match, no? That's why. This is route, unmatched rows. These two are unmatched rows, which are included from the table 2. There is no matching for table 1, no? So, we are including the respective columns as null actually. So, both can be used to. Full outer join we will call it as such. Both sides also we can use. Another example, you observe store information and geography are there. Store name, sales, date and geography means region name and store name is there, and we will use some queries having left outer join and right outer join actually using Oracle syntax. Select the store name, sum of the sales of the A2. So what here we are using A2 as a store information. That is, we would like to get the store name and the respective sum of the sales. You observe how many stores are there? We are having store name as a Boston, New York, Los Angeles and San Diego, and the respective total sales are also there. We will calculate. Where A1 store name is equal to A2 store name plus right side. Right side, left side plus means right outer join. Left outer join. Left outer join means right side data which doesn't have any mapping also will be get displayed. Group by A1 store name. We'll get the store names from all store names of A1 table. You observe all store names of A1 table. A1 table means store information. Los Angeles, San Diego, Los Angeles again, Boston are there. And we are going to display Boston, Los Angeles, San Diego. But New York also will be displayed actually, for which there is no mapping actually. Similarly, null is going to be returned when there is no match on the second table. In case New York doesn't appear in the table store information, that's its corresponding sales column is null actually. No sales, no for New York in the sales information. So that's why for New York it will be null when we are mapping them. We are mapping these two, no, geography and store information. When we are joining them based upon the store name, and A1 is the geography, A2 is the store information. So here from geography, all tuples must be displayed. How many tuples are having? 1, 2, 3, 4. For which the matching is only for Boston, Los Angeles and San Diego. For New York, there is no match. So that's why New York sales are going to be null. So this is another example of left outer join. Similarly, right outer join, full outer join can be used. But sometimes what happens, we have to join a table with itself. Self join. So self join is joining a table with itself to list all employees along with their manager IDs. Employee ID will be there, their manager ID will be there. In such cases, how can I display my manager along with the manager name also? I cannot. Manager name will be in the manager ID is employee ID mapping will be there. What we will do, we will give some synonyms. We will use the same table, only one table we are going to use. We will name it two synonyms we will use. Two alias names we will use. It's virtually an image is going to be just imagined. Two tables are there of the same type, but physically it doesn't exist. Only renaming we are doing. When we wish to join a table with itself based on some criteria, use the concept of the synonyms. So employee table must be joined with employee table. I will use EMP as E and EMP as M also. I am treating employee table as a E table. I am treating employee table as a M table, that is manager table. Then I'll join. I'll consider employee table as a E table or EMP table, manager table as a M table or a manager table. So this is the query. Select. You observe EMP employee ID, last name, first name, manager ID. I am renaming it as a manager ID. Headings are changed as clause is used. Manager, last name, manager. This is the employee details and the respective manager details. But all are exist in the same table, no? So how can I use employee manager? I am using the table name as EMP, employee manager as a manager. Two tables I am using. Same table I am using two names, EMP table and manager table. Then I'll compare EMP manager dot ID is equal to employee manager dot employee. So synonyms we are going to use. Based upon the synonyms, we are going to compare them actually. So you observe here in this example, employee ID, employee name, Middle name, first name, employee, etc. Manager ID is there. Same data we are going to visualize separately. Same. Internally it visualized. Physically doesn't exist, please. It will compare with this only. For example, it has to compare no employee ID 2345. What is manager? Null. It will be not displayed, equal, not equal. It will compare with each 235 here. That means here employee details are these. And who is having this manager? This fourth tuple. Fourth tuple means 22789 Stevenson. 22789 Stevenson Crystal is having a manager ID as 2345. What is the 2345 names? Again, these are the middle names. Similarly, 2345 one more time exists. Again, these employee details will be from this table and manager details are going to be 235. That means here the employee ID, employee name, etc. are going to be, they are comparing with themselves. This is comparing with the 2345 employee ID. Is comparing with each manager ID. Wherever 2345 exists, the respective employee details are displayed and manager details are from this one. This is going to be done for each attribute of each value actually. So till now we discussed only two tables are connected, but always need not be two tables. Depending upon our necessity, we can create more number of data can be retrieved from more number of tables. If I would like to create data or retrieve data from n tables, I have to use n plus n minus 1 joins. I have to connect them. No, I cannot connect all of them with a single join. So two tables I have used one join condition. Three tables I am using two conditions. So if we are going to use n tables, n minus 1 join conditions must be there in our where class. Okay, three tables means I am supposed to use two join conditions. By combining the join conditions with a logical operator AND. So here you observe here, we are using various multiple tables we are using. Four tables are involved in this join and four tables are involved. No, you observe how many join conditions. First condition, and we are using customer ID is equal to order line customer ID, and order T order is equal to line order, and this condition. Three join conditions. Of course, these additional conditions will be there. That is different issue. I would like to take only the order ID 1106 only. So additional conditions are different conditions. According to our logic, I may use. But to join these tables, n tables, we have to use n minus 1 join conditions. Each pair of tables requires an equality check condition in the where class, matching primary keys against of the foreign keys in most of the cases actually. So from the customer table, we are going to join order table, product table. We are going to join these conditions actually. This SQL join operations merge rows from two tables and return the rows that have common values in the common columns, known as natural join. Meet a given join condition, equality or inequality, then equijoin or theta join. Have common values in common columns or have no matching values, outer join. And all of these type of joins have been examined already by using some examples in SQL actually. So this is the syntax we are going to use generally for join operation. A small join operation from table to tables, product and vendor. We are using a common, that is code. V code, vendor code is going to be there. That vendor code of a product table as well as vendor table are going to be compared. So this we are going to use old style. We will call it as a old style. When the condition is written in the where class, then we will consider it as a old style. And still it is. So the tables of various tables are going to be there. The condition is going to be specified. Then the condition is specified in the where class, that is known as old style. So a new style is also there. New syntax was introduced. In that new syntax, we can use directly words as well as a on clause instead of where clause. That we'll discuss further. Without join condition also we can do. Already we discussed about the Cartesian product in relational algebraic operations. Cartesian product means each row is connected with each row of the second table. So m rows of first table, n rows of second table means mn rows we are going to get as an output when we are using Cartesian product. No filtration, no. All tuples are going to be retried. So a cross join SQL is equivalent to Cartesian product. Cross join or a Cartesian product, we can use either of these two. So Cartesian product in our relational algebra. So we are just without any where condition. You observe. Select column list from table 1 and from table 2. No condition, join condition. There is no join condition is considered. Then automatically it is considered as a Cartesian product or a cross join, we will call it as. No condition. Each tuple of first relation is connected with each tuple of the second relation. So this is old style. New style means I will write from table 1 cross join word. You are going to use these verbs directly in the new syntax. Cross join, new syntax actually. So the Cartesian product is formed when a join condition is omitted. A join condition is or invalid. All rows in the first table are joined with all rows with the second table actually. Right? If n tables, as I discussed already, mn rows are going to be displayed. So natural join also, old one we discussed already. Select column list from table list where condition. Instead of using where condition, I'll write here natural join table on with on clause. Determine the common attribute. Here we are using natural join means common attributes, common values. No need to specify on operation also. What is meant by natural join? We defined already. Natural join means common attributes having the common values are connected, are joined. Only those rows are going to be selected and the required information is going to be retried from that satisfied set of the tuples actually. If there is no common attribute, then it returns automatically cross join itself. Old style is like this. Select column natural join list from table 1, table 2, where table 1 C1 is equal to table 2 C2. Old style. New style, just use natural join word N. So now example, customer number is compared in the old style. In the new style, from customer natural join invoice without using any where clause at all. So common attributes are common. Automatically it will be selected. So join with by using another clause, we will call it as a using clause is there. Select column list from table, join table to using common column. We will give the conditions actually. That is using and on both can be considered. Join with using clause is like this. Select list of the tuples list of the attributes which we want to get as an output, two tables, invoice as well as using line. Invoice join line. Two tables we are joining using invoice number. What is this invoice number? It is a common attribute. Okay, join product using P code. That means these two are joined on invoice number and the resultant and product is going to be joined by using product code. So these two are going to be two joins are there, remember. If it is where clause, we will write two joins, three tables we are joining, to join conditions we will write. Here we need not write condition because common attribute concept is there, no? So that's why natural join, no? We will write from first table name, join second table name using column name. Then mapping will be equality condition. Similarly, join third table name using attribute name on which the mapping is going to be considered. So when the natural join is used, join using does not require any use of the qualified names. common name we are giving, no qualified names will be considered, and certain Oracle versions are going to be allowed these type of options. Certain Oracle versions doesn't allow. So join on clause also is there. Both natural join and join using commands use the common attribute names, but not always. No, sometimes we have to join based upon some other join conditions also. So another way to express a join when the tables have no common attribute. So we are using two techniques. One is old technique, another one is new technique. In the new technique, we are going to use the two clauses, either using or on clause. Using clause is used to represent our or to join our data based upon the common attributes. If our table doesn't contain common attributes, any other join condition have to be specified by us. Then we will use the clause as a on. So on means here select column list from table 1, join table 2 as usual. Here on means we will write the condition. Previously using column name, common column name. If there is no common column, it is not natural join, then we will use the on clause by satisfying this join condition. This is a new one supported by most of the recent Oracle versions, SQL versions. So for example, select invoice number and invoice number, product code, product description, number of units, line, number of unit price also from invoice, join line. We are joining two tables on invoice number is equal to line invoice number. This is the first one. Another one, join product on join product. Third table was joined on, we are writing condition. Line product code is equal to product code we are using. In this example of the query, natural join and join using operations are going to be used if the common attribute is there. Otherwise, we can use join on syntax is also can be used. So join on clause is going to be used wherever the condition is going to be. Either it may be better, generally we will use, it may be a common attribute or it may not be a common attribute also. Even for outer join also we can use join on condition, but we will use from table 1. Instead of using join, we will use outer join. So full outer join, left outer join, right outer join. These are the three words we will use table 2 on, and we will write the condition. Instead of using plus mark, we will write that word itself. Table 1, outer join. Left outer join, full outer join, or right outer join. This is only syntax is changed, but internal working is going to be same way. Logic is going to be same way. So these are the various join operations are there. That is classification, cross join. Example was given. Description, old style as well as new style. You observe old style, select star from T1, T2. New style, select star from T1. Cross join T2. We are using the word. In the new style, the word is going to be used. The specific reserve word is used. Inner join, old style join, natural join, join using, join on. Various formats are discussed. Which were outer join also, and in the old form we will use the plus symbol. In the new form we will use left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join words by using on condition, on clause. Right? So by using these various kinds of joins, we can retrieve data from multiple tables at a time, and most of the complex queries are going to be consist of these join operation, so that effective retrieval of information is possible. Thank you, one and all.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.